Hello, family and friends. My name is Motunrayo, as you all know. Motunrayo Adejoke Omoadedeji Omoakekeka. Before we start today's program, I'm going to say a big thanks to you, to Almighty Allah, for keeping us till today. As we plan today, we're going to give Almighty Allah all the thanks, all the adoration over everyone watching this program right now, and over the people that are going to watch it after, and the ones that have watched the one we have done in the past. We're going to give all adoration to Him for keeping us alive, for giving us life, for giving us food to eat, good health. And whoever is sick right now, maybe watching from the sick bed, or they're going to watch later, may Almighty heal them all. Amen. We're still on the same topic we've been treating for the past 3 weeks now, which is on family. As we all know, family is not a small thing. Family is very broad. The topic is very broad. We're not going to be able to touch everywhere, but we're going to pick some part of it and talk about it. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about family curse and blood war. When we're going to talk about family, first we're going to define family like from different background come together, become one, and start progressing, giving birth. And sometimes we can define family as our society, our community coming together from different background but become one, supporting each other. That's family. We can as well get family from work, or not blood family. We're not talking about generation, family generation curse. When we're talking about generation, we are talking about our forefathers, from where we come from, our descendants. That's what we mean by generation. So that's family. We're going to talk about generation curse. Why do we have generation curse? What are the curses? Why do we have to suffer for our generation curse? We don't have to. A lot of people are facing generation curse, and they thought it's someone that is doing one evil things to them. Some people think it's what they have done that is causing them problem, but it's generation curse. Every one of us have to read, like I said last week, we all have to find out about the history of our family. By doing so, by getting to know your mother's family and your father's family, you'll be able to go to learn more about what has been happening in each family, and you'll be able to stand for yourself when situation like that arises in your life or in the life of your children. Sometimes our history, our family history, does not directly affect us. Sometimes it might come up like on top of your grandchildren or your children, like all those people that have albino in their family. Sometimes, like maybe his great-great-grandfather that's giving birth to an albino during his own time, and when it comes back during the 4th generation, people will now start saying, where some people will say, where did you see these children from? Some people will say, oh, I think your great-great-grandfather have done something like this. I've given birth to an albino before. Sometimes it doesn't, this family generation case doesn't happen with us. And sometimes as well, maybe it's one bad thing that happened in the family, and something led to something that always bring out generation curse. It doesn't just happen. Some family, as we all know in Africa, they will say whenever they give birth, snake will come and visit the children. It's not that they were born from snake. Sometimes maybe during the olden days, the slave trade or something, they have workers that work from them, because we've heard some stories of workers that work with them, which they made to do some bad thing, which cursed the family, that from generation to generation, something like this is going to keep repeating itself. We have some that you said they don't eat salt whenever they give birth. It happens like that. Welcome on board, my brother Adebi Moshood Omo Anifowoshi ti Ilu Epe Demo Adedeji Aduke. I'm saying a big thanks to you, to every one of you online and the people you are watching with right now. I'm so happy, and may Almighty keep you alive and keep you safe during this pandemic. And any one of you that are watching that I cannot see, I pray to Almighty to keep you safe and protect you from all evils, from all generation curses and the blood war. We're going to discuss about blood war as well. Arojinle, my brother, you welcome. You can follow Arojinle at Arojinle1. He's always on, he's on Twitter, he's on Instagram, he's on Facebook. And if Oshe, my brother too, is Fashak Foundation. You can follow him on Instagram. You can follow his Facebook as Ade B. Moshood. He has a foundation and they are really, really functioning. They are really doing great to people outside there. And you are welcome, everybody. I can't really see your name. I don't know what you do, but maybe I know. But pardon me with whatever I said right now. Please have a mercy on me. So as we are talking about the generation curse, that's why we talk about history first before we come to generation curse and blood war. Is the generation curse lead us back to history? Yes, you need to learn your history, and you have learned about your history. Did you ask about this bad side of it? How do you want to identify the generation curse that is disturbing your family? You need to take your time, study everything, then you know, oh, this thing that is happening to me or my child, is it what I did to myself? Is it my cause, or is it my generation curse from my family? Maybe it's from your father's side or from your mother's side. Yes, prayer is very, very good. But sometimes you might be praying with all your life. You might be going to mountain from one mountain to another. You might be doing alua as a Muslim. Are you sure you directed the prayer towards the right path where you're supposed to direct it to? Do you know if it's a generation curse that is disturbing you? And if so, you are facing the generation curse, how can you break it? What do you think you can do? By minding, you have to find out the root of the generation curse if possible. Then you'll be able to table yourself, plan yourself, program yourself, and manage yourself. When you are like going into that problem, you'll be able to adjust and come back to it. From generation curse, you might have blood war. What do we mean by blood war? Yoruba people will say, Ogun inu eje. Blood war is a very strong war that sometimes some people don't come out of it. Blood war does not have anything to do with gender. And that is why we have a lot of people today, they jealous each other, they envy each other, even blood relatives. When you have blood war has to do with your relative, your blood. It might be, okay, I have an example about two boys that I know. I'm not going to mention their name. They are from the same mother, the same father. And when I met one of them, I was so surprised when I asked about the second one. I thought he's dead. But to my surprise, I was told he's alive. And they live very close by. The same area, the same local government. And they never had anything together. Right from childhood. And the person that told me that they never fight. It's not a matter of fight or argument. They don't communicate. They have nothing to discuss. If family matter, they have to go back home. It has to be like something that concerns everybody, not just two of them. The two of them cannot communicate. That's part of blood war. Sometimes it's brother and sister. They have the same blood. You share the same blood with he or she. But still, he or she just ate you for nothing, for no reason. You grow up knowing that you both hate each other. You don't just connect. You don't like each other. It doesn't mean that you have done something in the past. No. Blood war is worse. Is worse than generation curse. But to me, from my own understanding, I can easily relate blood war to generation curse. In the sense that it doesn't start with you that are facing the problem. It starts before you. It has been happening. Oh, thank you, Brother Ani Kareem from Ekpe Alarog. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you all. Blood war has to do with everything that is connected with the same blood. It comes sometimes between mother child. The mother that gave birth to you will just hate you for no reason, and it will just like, I can't face you. I don't like seeing you around. We've seen a lot of child that face that, like many, and most of them that I know are now adults. But whenever they remember what happened to them in the past, they are depressed. Because blood war, whenever you are praying, whenever you are doing anything, any related causes of blood war that you could easily identify, my brother and sister, just stay away from them. Because it can deprive you of your progress. It can deprive you of love from others. Because, okay, let's assume that you are twin, and in your family, like you are like 8 family member, excluding your mother and your father. Maybe you are Taye, I'm Kende. Me and you, we don't like each other for anything. We have this blood war in fighting between us. We have not done anything to each other. We just don't like fighting each other. Like, what's this? We have it. And every other person like Taye. But me, somehow, they don't like me. Maybe it's enviness, or maybe it's jealousy. I don't know what exactly to use for it. But it has happening, and it's happening. You just discover that people don't like you. Your own mother, your own blood mother don't like you. And when they ask her that, okay, why do you... She won't even have any tangible excuse, any tangible reason for why she doesn't love you. She will be talking to you, yes, she will be feeding you, but you will surely know that this woman did not like me. Maybe by looking at you, maybe by condemning everything you have done or you are doing. And that's, I have example, I have personal experience from what I'm talking about. I'm still going to come to my own personal experience. But I just want you guys to know that blood war is the most worstest war someone could face on earth. Because normally we used to say, okay, when I'm not okay, when I'm facing one problem, I should run to my family. Okay, if you have a blood war fighting you, and it's a silent war, where do you want to run to? Which family are you running back to? When the person that's supposed to listen to you, that's supposed to love you, have blood war with you, without doing anything. Thank you, Daddy Adekunle Adebayo. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming. I respect you. Thank you very much. May God keep you safe. Blood war is not an easy war to fight. When you discover it, it might even come from your own child, your own baby, the baby you gave birth to. Let's leave all this, our old mothers, all these aged mothers. Your child might just see that you love your son. Your daughter might see that you love your son more than him. And this bring problem. From there, the hatred will develop. Like, he will start hating her sister. Like, it's because of you. It's only you that our mommy love. It's only you that our daddy used to buy things for. And gradually, the thing started developing. And it affects the children when they grow up. They will never want to have anything with each other. They will be backbiting. They will be backslashing. They will be doing all sorts of bad things to themselves. But once you notice it, or you notice it in your husband, oh, Afami Sheikh Sahid Al-Mubarak, please welcome, sir. Thank you very much for Ekpe. I really respect you. Thank you. He's one of our most respected imam in Ekpe. You are welcome to my channel, sir. So you have to be very careful. Our mothers and fathers have made that mistakes. We right now, yes, prayer is good, but not everything that prayer solved. You have to take note of everything that is happening in your family. If you are a mother, you have to take note of everything that is happening between your children. If you are a father, you do the same. So that they won't have a blood war tomorrow. They won't hate each other for nothing. They won't have this enviness in them for nothing. You keep bringing them together no matter what. You keep bringing them together. You have to do that. That's the best thing to do. Let's all fight all this thing that is bringing hatred between every one of us. Today we are shouting like, hey, government is not doing this, government is not doing that. Do you realize that this thing that is happening because we did not train majority of our children with love from day one? Our society's children, we did not offer them love. And that is how they grow. They grew up in that hatred. And that hatred is going to continue with them. Not to talk of the same blood that hate each other for nothing. Okay, I'm going to give you an example, a light example of blood war. From the family where I came from, I'm the first daughter. And I have only one younger sister. While growing up, since I lost my dad, I never know that there is something like blood war. But I just noticed that all my brothers don't like me. And my mom. My mom might like me, but I don't feel loved. The hatred grew up to the extent of any time like this, my brothers will take wire. Whoever knows those olden days wires that have a very thick iron. Wires of 1980s, not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about growing up since 1991 that I lost my dad. They will beat me for no... I don't even understand why they used to beat me, to tell you the fact. And they will make sure they on my body. If not that God gave me a very beautiful and healthy skin, I shouldn't be the one sitting in front of you talking like this. With all the mark my brothers left to represent me in this world that I have. But today you cannot even see a single mark on my body. The only thing I know, and that grew up to the age, even till now, it's still happening. And I later discovered that it's not their fault. It's maybe our age mothers and fathers did not take note. They thought it's just that they are just training me. I cannot recollect or recall once that my brother beat my sister. I can't. And I could remember I was till 2007, my brother still beats me. When I'm a grown-up adult, that even my mates have already given birth to maybe 10, 15, 12 years child. And they are still beating me mercilessly for no reason. Sometimes they might just say, look at what you are wearing. Yeah, Cain started. Look at her. My girlfriend said, you look at her with one bad eye. Problem started. Beating, serious beating. Anybody that knows Agbole Ogutusi in Lagos Island should go and ask number 23 Freeman if I'm lying. Serious beating. People can testify to it. For no reason. They might say, you went out. You are talking to boy. Okay, there was a day our third born beat me for not getting married. Imagine that. Am I the cause? Me, and when he was beating me, he was telling me that you should go and look for husband, go to your husband's house, that you are pursuing on my girlfriend. And to God who made me, the lady she was dating during that period, I don't have any problem with him. I'm not bringing out my brothers. I'm just giving you an example which I witnessed myself, and I know a lot of people are witnessing it. Blood war. You have to wage war against blood war as well. You have to. We've seen twins. I've given you an example of twins that have the same problem, and they are living fine. Don't mistake me. They are living very healthy. They have each family, but they are not just connecting. Why are we not connecting when we are from the same mother, the same father? Why? If not that there is a war that is tackling all of us from our blood, why are we not connecting? For what reason? Why is brother and say, okay, these my brothers, as I said, they used to beat me. Even till today, we are not that agree. We are not fighting, but we don't have communications. We talk, but even sometimes when they are calling me, I don't feel like picking their calls. I don't want to pick it. Sometimes they are calling me. I don't want to pick it. I don't want to answer them. Whenever I remember what they have done to me in the past, I don't want to have anything to eat. I don't even want to hear anything from their mouths. That hatred, that blood war, have resulted into something bad in me. Then today they might say, okay, we have grown, we have outgrown that. What about me they did those things to? Do they realize the wound, the pain they have inflicted on me right while I'm growing up? I'm saying this, they might be watching me and they might watch it out later. I want them to check. They have done my own. I've accepted it and I'm working over it, and God is taking control. They should take note. They should be very careful. Everyone that are parents here, or they are going to be parents, they are going to be mother and father tomorrow, take notes when you are giving birth. Check on your children. Watch them. Let them do something to each other that you pretend that you are not seeing what they are doing. From there, you can study them. You can know the one that's going to develop blood war tomorrow, so that you can tackle it right from childhood. So that you can start fighting with prayer, with hard working, with correction, with talking to them, sitting there. And everything is not cane. Please. When you beat a child today, you beat her tomorrow, you beat him next tomorrow, you beat them next coming days. Your child, your children will start developing hatred for you, even as a mother or as a father. They will be scared of you every time. And when scared, when fear is too much in a child, it develops into hatred. And that hatred develops into blood war. That's why every one of us has to take care. Take note of everything you are doing between your children. Do not buy this one. You buy this one biscuit. You buy that one sweet. No, don't do that though. Buy the same thing. Except their age, maybe 5 years different or whatever. But let them, when you are giving them, let them know that, okay, you are older, you know what you bought. And sometimes we don't even need to differentiate the quality of what we bought and what we want to give to our children. Sometimes, when they are still young, that they can still use the same size of thing. You just drop it. Ask the first child to take. Ask the second one to pick. Anything they pick, no matter how, maybe it's low quality that the first child pick, do not mind he or she. Let him pick it. That's his own cup of tea. That's his luck. Because some child were born with jealousy in their blood. And it's not them. It comes from our generations. We are all human. We are born to jealous. But we have to take control of whatever we are doing. Some child will start saying, mommy always allow he or she to take first. They always favor them. They always buy the best for them. And that blood war starts from there sometimes. It develops from there. And when that child that take note of that, notice that it's every time you do that, hatred will develop between he or she and the senior ones. Now, you are growing. They are coming after you. When they reach some stage, you cannot correct it again. You will now be begging, please, my dear, don't do this. Yoruba sọ pé aṣọ ọ̀bọ yẹmọ, ọmọ yẹtìrì wò wọjà. I can translate it anyhow in English, but you will understand what I mean. When a mad man or a mad woman, when the lunatic is about to start, and it started, and you are looking for clothes to wrap he or she with, and before you know it, they have run into the market, into the market square. Yoruba will now say, you don't have to disturb yourself. Any mad woman or mad man in Yoruba belief, in our local belief, not only Yoruba, in Nigerian belief, even in African belief, we believe that any mad man or any mad woman that enter this market square, it's not going to be easy for them to come back to normal. For them to regain their sanity, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, that's our belief. Our program today, this program should be more than 20 minutes, but because of our people that cannot afford to buy long megabytes, much megabytes to watch, we just have to keep shortening it. But I think one or two of us have an idea. I may not be able to elaborate it much because of the time, but from some from examples that I gave, I think one or two of us have more idea. Like, we have an idea what we are discussing today. And that will help. Every parent, I urge you to please go and start doing corrections. Please. If you know there is a child, a particular child, you don't know what's happened, you don't just want her around you or want him around you, please adjust. Nobody knows tomorrow. Look at me today. I don't have anything yet. But I know that my mom was proud of me before she passed on. Because she knows what I faced while growing up. She knows. Then she didn't see it as a bad thing. She saw it as a training. But before she passed on, I was telling her, she was just telling me, Adejoke, please forgive them. Forgive me too. That's what my mom told me. I suffered a lot. Blood war affected me a lot. And people that knows me know what I'm talking about. Because I bring a lot of topics I take from what have happened to me before. And from what I've seen. From my reality experience. I join it together. That's what I used to bring for you. I don't have to go to one book and start doing research. Because I'm not talking about reading book. You might say my plan, I didn't plan it well. You have your mouth to say it. And I respect you for saying it. That's your own feedback. But it's now left for me to accept whatever you say. But if you watch my program, it's motivation on reality of life. Reality. Not book. Not what I read. It's reality of life. What is happening around me? What I've witnessed? What's the story someone have told me? Things I've seen. Things I've heard. That's what I'm working on. Not to go and be doing research is very good. It's very, very important to make research. But if I could contact one or two people and listen to them, that's the research as well. That's reality research. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Please, bear with me. If I have read a book now, it's like I'm bringing story. I won't be very confident to say it's like. I will be saying it, but I will be checking book. But all these things I'm saying is coming from this place. I wrote some down. Like, whenever it comes out, I jot it down. But not that I'm reading it, I'm making research from book. No, I'm making research from reality. What's going on? I'm not just telling you a story. This is not a story. It's a reality of life. We are motivating ourselves about reality of life. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, we have spent more than 25 minutes today. I really appreciate you all, everybody that comes. Thank you, my uncles, my daddy, my sisters that come online. I really appreciate. Thank you. Share it, and also join us. If you go to my Facebook, you're going to see our YouTube channel. Please subscribe so that we can keep going. We can move it to YouTube and let other people know. Let more people watch it. Let it help some family as well. I love you all. Thank you for coming, and have a blessed day. I love you all. Thank you.